Awesome. We're live. We're recording. And Liz, will you take care of letting everybody in, or you want me to? Okay,
Yep.
perfect. Irene, 7 years with Houlihan Lawrence. Very nice. Welcome, Eileen. And as folks start joining on here, if you would be able to turn on your camera, but if you're like Phyllis, if you're heading out on the road, definitely don't want to distract you. But make sure you're tuned in because we're going to cover a lot of good information today. And here we go. All right. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. So it looks like we still have a few more people joining. Let's give it another minute or two, and then we'll get started. I do have a lot of information I want to cover today, so I think I'm going to cover just about the entire hour. So I'll give it another minute or so. I think I got someone in the waiting room. All right. So for everyone that's just joining, I'm just asking everyone to start participating here in the chat. Let me know what brokerage you're with, how many years you've been in the industry. We've done a few of these webinars already through our partnership with the Hudson Gateway Association of Realtors. So I just want to get familiar with some of you all. Some of you are tuning in for the first time. Some of you have joined several of our trainings. Let me see here. So yeah, let me know in the chat how many years in the business and what brokerage you're with. Eileen, Corcoran Legends, 20 years. Awesome. Long time, veteran. Ben Turk, 3 weeks in the biz with EXP. Nice. We just wrapped up EXP Con, and that was quite a doozy. It was like 6,000 people gathering for 3 pretty eventful days. A lot
Wow.
of people
Where
there.
did that take place? That's amazing.
So I'm based out of Miami, just letting everybody know I am remote. I'm tuning in from Miami, Florida, and it was like a 20-minute drive from where I live, so I didn't have to go too far to get there. But I mean, there was people flying in from all over the globe. You had people from EXP Portugal, EXP
Oh.
Spain, EXP South Africa. It was pretty cool to meet people from all over the world that are just, logged in on real estate.
That's amazing. I put in the chat earlier before you joined, we're having a global summit November 7th, and everybody's welcome to grab their ticket. And that's in conjunction with Tri-State Associations, New Jersey, Connecticut, and New York. And we do it in New York City at Fordham University. It's a great program. I'm really excited about the speakers this year. I think it's going to be interesting.
That sounds exciting. Let's see if we can get out there.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, I mean, I think everybody that's, going to join by now. So we'll go ahead and get started. For everybody that missed my introduction, my name is Jose Fuentes. I'm a public speaker and technology coach here at Real Grader. Been with the company for going on 4 years now. And honestly, this wasn't always my plan to be doing public speaking, talking about marketing. I graduated with a degree in marketing, but right out of college, I got a job with industrial generators. I was selling generators for a few years, and then I just got bored of it. I'm like, I want to do something with my degree. So many people graduate and do nothing with their degree. I actually wanted to put my marketing degree to use, and I found Alex. And fast forward a few years, here we are, and I get to talk to all of you guys about the power of Google, AI, and supercharging your social media so that you guys can eventually win some more business. I think, all of these platforms are here to help you. Just sometimes they get neglected and they end up kind of working against you in some ways. So that's what today's conversation is all going to be about. And we were recently at the Impact Summit for the Hudson Gateway Association of Realtors. I think I met some of you in person. I was Googling some of you live. I was doing these free audits. And a little bit of a spoiler, I'm going to be picking somebody at random today and I'm going to Google you live and we're going to see how you show up on Google. So when the time comes, feel free to put your name in the chat and I'll see who I can pick to go through that audit. That being said, enough about me. Let's get into today's conversation. And just to give some context, we love to be face to face with all of you guys. Some of these pictures are from the HGAR conference. We love to get pictures with all of our influencers, people that we've helped with their social media presence, their digital chaos. And the guy that you see in all of the pictures, that's me right here. But the man in the middle, that's Alex Montalenti. He's the CEO, he's the owner of the company, and he is the visionary behind everything that we do here at Real Grader. We have been able to help over 100,000 real estate professionals. That's something that we're very proud of. So we got to brag a little bit, and hopefully we get to help some of you guys here today. So check this out. This is pretty cool. This is what the MLS used to look like way back in the day. Some of you might be familiar with it. Some of the newer agents, I know we had somebody that just got into the business 3 weeks ago with EXP, maybe not so familiar with this. But this is where you used to go to get your listings before, pretty hard to believe, now with Zillow and these different platforms. Fast forward to 2025, we're living in a world of digital chaos, right? People are evaluating you online, they're searching you up on Google. Now we have these AI search engines where I can just type in, who is Miriam Ramos, who is Greg Molina, and ChatGPT is going to spit out a whole bunch of information. And spoiler alert, they're pulling most of their information from Google, from these different platforms that we're going to cover today. And sorry about that. So now what I was going to say is that we are entering the era of the trusted real estate professional. Now more than ever, people are going to look you up online and they want to see what reviews you have, where you're doing your business, what price points you work with, and eventually they're going to make a decision whether they want to work with you or not. So that's what we're talking about, making sure that you're showing up on all of the right platforms, especially with Google. Some of you might know who this gentleman is. His name is Tom Ferry, probably the biggest real estate coach in the world. And he says that your business is whatever Google says it is. So if there's something I want you guys to walk away with today is Google yourself. Try to see where your information is online. What are your consumers seeing when they go to Google you? You'll be surprised with what you find. And check this out. This is the problem that we've been trying to really, address with most real estate professionals is that 93% of you are not optimized with Google and your social media presence. And check this out. And everybody Googles realtors based on a study of 250,000 real estate agent digital profiles. Now, I want you guys to grab your phone, take a screenshot, whatever device you're on, because these are the 8 platforms that rank the highest online whenever somebody goes to look you up. Right here with Google, that is your Google Business Profile. Google Business Profile, what allows you to collect Google reviews, your Facebook business page, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and then, of course, your 3 real estate specific platforms, Zillow, Realtor.com, and Homes.com. And down here, we have some of the biggest consequences of not taking advantage of all 8 of these, right? Some of you might have all 8, but really you're only active on maybe 2 or 3 of them, maybe 4. And some of the consequences are you're losing out on credibility, your presence isn't available online, and as a result of that, you're missing out on opportunities and business deals are being lost. And this is another good slide to get a screenshot of because these are probably the most common pitfalls that we run into whenever we Google somebody. First being inconsistent social media and lack of branding, right? A lot of you are representing these big brokerages such as Coldwell Banker, EXP, Houlihan Lawrence, Weichert. Yet when I go to some of your profiles, you don't have any type of branding that reflects that company that you're representing. We run into a lot of broken links and outdated information. What do I mean by broken links? A lot of people ask me, what is a broken link? A broken link is when I go to your Zillow and I click on your agent website and the link just does not work. Or even worse, if I click on your website link and it takes me to your old company that you were with, years ago when you first got into the business. We run into that a lot. And that's also tied to the outdated information, right? Old phone numbers, old addresses. I mean, we've seen it all. We've even ran into inappropriate or negative content, missing profiles or duplicate profiles, right? A lot of the times when I meet one-on-one with some of you guys, I Google you and you have 2, 3 realtor.com profiles, you have duplicate Zillow accounts, right? Multiple LinkedIn profiles. That's not good, because what happens is you're really only taking care of one. And if somebody Googles you and they click on a duplicate profile, they might get the wrong impression of you, right? And then down here, this last point is probably the point that, really hurts us the most when we run into it, is your data not being synchronized on Zillow, Realtor, and Homes.com. Now, what that means is your sales data, right? Some of you guys are going out and doing a bunch of transactions, but when I go to your Zillow, when I go to your Realtor.com, when I go to your Homes.com, it shows a fraction or no sales, right? Let's use Miriam as an example. Let's say Miriam went out and did 15 deals in the last 12 months. But when I go to her Zillow profile, it might say no sales reported for the last year. That's your data not being synchronized. And over here on the left-hand side of this average grade, a 30 out of 100, that's out of over 250,000 agent profiles that we've graded. Liz, do you mind muting? Thank you.
I'm trying to
So,
find who it is. I'm gonna mute everybody and then unmute yourself, okay?
gotcha.
Okay, so Jose, you should be able to unmute yourself.
Yes, sorry
There we
about that. I
go. Okay,
was
sorry
saying
about
that
that.
we got this average grade from grading over 250,000 agent profiles, and that's the average grade. It's a 30 out of 100. Very, very low score. And today I'm going to give you guys the tools and the resources that you need so you can start relevant profiles.
You have an echo, Jose.
Yeah, there was somebody that was unmuted, but I think they're good to go now. I
Okay.
think it's Amir.
Okay, great.
Gotcha. So most people, right, the reason why they rank a 30 out of 100 is you're dabbling versus being all in on your online presence. And we've heard it all. I don't like Facebook. I don't like LinkedIn. I don't use it. I don't care about Google. I don't ask for reviews. Well, let me tell you, you should care about it, because at the end of the day, if somebody goes online to Google you, all of that information that's online available, regarding your name is what someone's going to use to evaluate you as an agent and see if you're a good fit for them. Versus an agent that's all in, they're playing on all 8 of the platforms that I showed you. All of the information is consistent. They have no missing transactions. All of their links work perfectly. They're more set up to win business versus the person that's just dabbling, hardly ever posting, hardly ever doing any videos. And this is a pretty good graphic to make that point land, right? On the left, you have that house in the neighborhood that just does the bare minimum, throws up a few lights, a couple of decorations outside, versus the one on the right that's like all in, right? That you have to stop dead in your tracks and you want to bring your kids out to go look at this house that's decked out, from head to toe. They have everything set up. That's being all in on your online presence. And this is a good example of somebody that's dabbling, right? When I Google you, your Google business page doesn't have a picture of yourself. It just has a picture of the outside of a building that you work at, or maybe it's even an old building that you don't even work at anymore. You have hardly any Google reviews. Your ranking is kind of low because your reviews aren't the best. And then your profiles aren't branded. This is where I was talking about that inconsistent branding versus somebody like Miriam, where you Google her and you go through all of her profiles. They're all consistently branded. They all show her brokerage, her title, her contact information. Everything is consistent across the board. This is pretty much what you should aspire to have available on all of your platforms, right? No matter where somebody goes to look you up, they're all consistent. They have the same bios. They're all connected to one another, and they all have your brokerage branding on them. So really quick, just for showing up today, I did want to give everybody the chance to get some free gifts. So these are 8 guidebooks that we've put together on each one of the 8 platforms that we're going to cover today. And these are published on the National Association of Realtors store. Alex sells them, but you guys are all getting them for free. He put a lot of time into these guidebooks. He's also giving you guys some of the AI trainings that he's put together to create content. 5 different ways to use AI to create content on a daily basis. right? How to create listing posts, Google review posts, inspiring posts, neighborhood posts, and some of the biggest mistakes posts. Those do really well. And then lastly, you guys all get a complimentary digital business card through our company because of our partnership with the Hudson Gateway Association of Realtors. So for everybody that wants to receive all of the free gifts, the AI training, the guidebooks, the link to claim your free digital business card, just go ahead and take out your phone and text the word, or rather the letters HGAR to this number on the screen. And once you go ahead and text in, if you would, just let me know in the chat. Just say done or received, because I want to make sure that everybody that joined today does get those guidebooks and all of the free gifts. And by the way, when you text in HGAR to this number on the screen, you're going to get an if it's your first time texting in, you're going to get an automatic reply so that you can add yourself to our community. We really only care about your first, last name, and the city that you're in. Everything else you can fill in with whatever information you want. This is just so that we can add you to our messaging community and so that we can send you the gifts. You're not going to get a bunch of, marketing text messages only about trainings that we're doing. That's all that you're going to be receiving. Let me see here in the chat. Awesome. Liz said done. Ben said done. I got a lot of people saying, Google me. Here you are jumping the gun. I'm going to pick somebody in a few slides from now, but don't worry, we're going to get to that. Awesome. Deborah said done. Phillips said sent. Cool. It looks like everybody's texting in. Let me just check the community here to make sure that everyone's getting the guidebooks. Awesome. I got Anna, Miriam, Irene, Ben, Shannon. Yeah, make sure to text HGAR to this phone number and you're automatically going to receive the gifts. If by any chance you don't get them, just put your name here in the chat and I'll follow up personally with you after the webinar to make sure that you do get those free gifts. Awesome. Adelta said received. Excellent. So let's keep rocking and rolling here. So here at Real Grader, basically, we put together our own digital marketing system for you, the trusted sales professional, and we're really just here to help, for any of the agents that aren't really equipped or don't enjoy this side of the business, that is social media, that is Google. We have a few different, resources that we can use to help you get to that influencer status. First one being the Instacard, the one that you guys are all going to be able to claim for free with those links that you're getting now to your cell phone. In the middle here, we have our digital optimization where we Google you and we fix your online presence across the 8 platforms. And then lastly, we have our influencer program where we do all of your social media management. This is some of our reputation here in the industry. We're very proud of some of the partnerships that we've been able to build, with you guys, the Hudson Gateway Association of Realtors. We are an EXP solution trusted provider. We're approved vendors for anywhere. Berkshire Hathaway, KW, Better Homes and Gardens, Corcoran, Sotheby's, Century 21. All of the top brands love us because we're here to make your life a little bit easier when it comes to managing all of this digital chaos that I mentioned. Now, I want to do a little bit of a pause right here. And this is going to be the biggest, takeaway that I want you to focus on. It's Google reviews. And I want you guys to take a guess of what is the average number of reviews on Google for a real estate agent today in 2025. Just throw your answer in the chat and I'm going to read some of them here out loud. What is the average number of reviews on Google for real estate agents today in 2025? Just take a random guess. How many Google reviews? Liz says 6. That's a pretty good guess. Joseph said 12. Come on, let me get some more answers in the chat. Let me know that you're here with me. If you're driving, that's fine. I get it. Look, Phyllis is driving and she threw in a 5 in the chat. Kim said 2. Mir said 40 plus. Man, that's a lot of reviews, Mir.
40. That's ambitious.
Yeah, that's a high standard. Eileen said 3. Philip said 2. Well, those are all really good guesses. And the answer is less than 7. So I think, Liz, you were pretty spot on.
I cheated though, because I just heard a presentation that said the average realtor does 4 transactions a year. So I cheated.
That's pretty good. That's a good way to base it off of. But yeah, less than 7. I think when I found this out, I thought that was pretty crazy because Google reviews are by far the easiest way to build credibility when it comes to your online presence. And I'll show you guys how. So on Google reviews, less than 7, most people have less than 200 Facebook likes, less than 300 Instagram followers, less than 1 YouTube subscriber, and less than 5 videos posted. And guys, by the way, with YouTube, I know a lot of you guys are very intimidated by YouTube. You guys don't want to be filming these long videos, taking the time to get them edited. Well, now there's an entry level to start on YouTube, and that is by using YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts is YouTube's version of Instagram and Facebook Reels. So if you're already posting Reels on Facebook and on Instagram, you can take those same exact Reels and post them to your YouTube channel as YouTube Shorts, and you can start building out your library with a bunch of shorts before you start jumping into, the world of long form videos, doing the virtual tours, all of that stuff. So now I want to get into our 3 secrets to build your digital presence without losing your valuable time trying to be a techie. And this is where I'm going to show you guys, and I'm going to make it real, is we're going to bring somebody into the hot seat. Like I said, we're going to Google somebody live, and hopefully a lot of you guys aren't clients already, because I get a lot of times, some of our clients, they just want to show off all the work that we did for them. If you're a client on this call, please do not throw your name in the chat. I want to pick somebody that has not worked with us before. So let's see here who was first. All right. We're going to do, I think we have enough. I'll try to see if we can do 2, but for now, I'm going to pick one at random. And I'll go with Miss Jane, Jane Ferraro Kane. Jane, are you able to get on video and unmute yourself? Let me know in the chat. If not, I'm going to see if I can pick somebody else that can be on video and unmute themselves.
No, if it's going to do the
Text
video.
them that you're on.
Well, I'm on. I'm just not sure about the video.
Got it. No worries. That's fine. So we'll do Jane. Let me exit
there
out
we
my
go.
presentation. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up your Google results here, and we're going to go through your audit. Have you ever done this with anybody on our team or in our company?
No.
No? And when was the last time that you actually went online and tried Googling yourself?
Oh, I do that a lot.
A lot? Okay, good. A lot of
Yeah.
agents don't do that, so I'm happy to hear
I'm
that.
always curious.
Awesome. Now, guys, for everybody that's listening, if you are going to Google yourself, I recommend doing it from somebody else's computer, because your computer knows it's you. So it's going to give you skewed results versus Googling yourself from some random person's computer, aka me right now. And don't worry, for everybody that's, wanting to get Googled, I'll send you guys my calendar. I think you might have received it with the automatic gifts, but you guys can all schedule a one-on-one call with me, and I'll do this audit for you one-on-one, totally free of charge. And that's something that we do all the time. So for Jane, let's say somebody tells me Jane Ferraro Kane, she's a great agent. I'm going to go on Google. I'm going to throw your name in the search bar, Jane Ferraro Kane, realtor, and let's see what shows up. Well, you see, she's a client. I can already tell that she's a client because of her Google business profile.
I think this is to be honest, I think this is old, but HomeSmart just changed its logo, and I noticed the new logo is up, which is what I think may have done it.
Gotcha. Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and keep rocking and rolling here with your audit. So first thing for Jane, you'll notice is that her Google business page pops right up. I have her headshot, and I'm going to be using Anna as another example, another client that we've done this for. Both of them show up with their branded Google business pages. Jane, you're crushing it with reviews. You're at 58 reviews, perfect 5-star rating. Good job there. And let's check something here. Okay, so for Jane, she's doing a really good job of getting the reviews, but this is something that a lot of agents forget to do, is respond to all of their reviews. So Jane, remember to go back and respond to all of these reviews that you've received.
Okay.
So guys, another tip here is with Google. Google's all about how frequently you're engaging with your Google business page. So you want to be getting the reviews, but you also want to make sure that you respond to every single one of them. Very, very important. And it can be a quick response. It can just be a thank you, pleasure doing business with you. If you want to take it a step further, you can copy the review that they left you, paste it into AI like ChatGPT or Perplexity and say, hey, ChatGPT, write me a response for this review. And you can copy the response that it gives you and paste it on here as yourself. So that's a little bit of a tip there when it comes to responding to reviews. But yeah, you're crushing it with reviews. Last review, though, was 8 months ago. And remember, anybody can leave you a review on Google, guys. It doesn't have to just be your clients. Obviously, you want the bulk of your reviews to be from clients, but you can get reviews from other agents. If you work on a transaction and you and the other agent got along excellently, ask that agent to leave you a review and say you'll do the same for them, right? Get reviews from any contractors, lenders, even friends and family. Like everybody can go in and leave your reviews on Google, just like this. I'll leave Jane a review right now and post. Now, I didn't write anything because I just want to save time, but that just goes to show how easy it is to get reviews on Google. Now, the last thing right here on Google, well, two things. Updates. This section right here, often overlooked by many, many agents. Guys, now Google gives you the ability to post content directly to your Google business page. So not only do you need to be getting 5-star reviews, you need to be responding to reviews, but you also need to be posting content here via Google Updates. All of these three things are what Google uses to give you your Google ranking. And your Google ranking is if somebody goes online and just types in realtor near me or, realtor in Montgomery, New York, that's how you're going to rank high, is by doing all of these things that I'm telling you. So for Jane, the last time that she posted something on her Google Updates was well over a year ago, May 17th of 2024. So a good way to start building out your Google Updates is anything that you're posting on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, you can take that same exact post and put it on your Google business page as a Google update. It doesn't have to be unique content specifically created for Google. You can just recycle all of the content that you're doing on all of your other social media accounts. And
Jose,
that's
could I ask a
yeah.
question? I'm sorry to jump in and interrupt.
No,
Just,
no, go for it.
I'm just curious about that. I always try to reformat our messaging for, tweak it a little bit for Instagram and tweak it a little bit for Facebook. And sometimes I try to change the image a little bit. So you're saying that's not really necessary, that you could just share the exact same thing?
Pretty much, yeah. Like we just want you to be posting. But if you do want to go the extra mile and reword the post differently so that, people can see that you're doing different style of posting on each platform, we don't have anything to say against that either. Like
Okay.
that's just as fine too. But I think most agents are trying to save time and not spend even more time, creating specifically different posts on each one of the platforms because it's a lot of work.
Yep.
But if you're willing to spend the time, absolutely go for it. Now down here under profiles, right, we want to make sure that not only are you posting updates, these are the updates that we post through our influencer program every single day, but you also want to make sure that you have all of your social media profiles connected to your Google business page. So for Jane, I saw that she's got Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You can go in here and add one more, which can be your LinkedIn. It can be TikTok if you use TikTok, whichever platform you're the most active on. Let me see. I got a question here in the chat. Apologies if this is redundant. Is there a way to send Zillow reviews to Google? Joseph, that's a great question. Unfortunately, right now there isn't. There isn't a way for you to do it yourself. But what you can do is anybody that leaves you a review on Zillow, you can reach out to them and you can copy the review that they sent you on Zillow, send them the link to your Google page, and just tell them if they wouldn't mind copying and pasting the review that they left you on Zillow over to your Google business page. But it does have to be done by that individual. You can't do that yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah, gotcha. So for Jane, let's just go here and make sure that we test all of these links, make sure that they all work. All right, we've got Instagram, YouTube. Awesome. Perfect. So these all look good. And then the last thing that I would add here for you, Jane, would be an appointment section. So on the appointment section, basically what we recommend adding is, you can add a Calendly link, or you can add, what we do is we just connect it to your Instacart. That way, if somebody wants to get a hold of you, they can either book a buyer consultation, a seller consultation, or they can just get taken directly to your Instacart, which has a form for them to share their information with you.
Okay.
All right, let's go back here. And the last link that we'll test for Jane would be her website. Now, I'm not surprised that everything is dialed in for Jane. We clearly did your optimization. So again, somebody else I just wanted to brag and show off, but I like it, Jane. Now, yeah, I mean, we found a couple of things that you can be doing a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go here to realtor.com. So, we're big fans of consistency. We preach having consistent headshots on all over your profile. So if you ever change your headshot, make sure that you go in and you change it on all of your platforms. Same thing goes for your bios. So for example, here there's something about Berkshire Hathaway. If that's a quote that you're using everywhere, you want to make sure that that's on your website, on Zillow, on LinkedIn, everywhere. Something that we run into with realtor.com, like I mentioned, is the inconsistent sales data. So always make sure to monitor your transactions to make sure that they're showing up correctly. Right here, she's got all of the right keywords under her specialties. We've got a link to her website on here as well. We've got ways to contact her. Now, what I will say, Jane, is you can go on here and add more keywords under your area served. And a good exercise that I recommend for anybody that's looking to do this themselves is go through your transactions, and everywhere that you've done a deal, make sure that you have that area listed under your area served. So, just to use one as an example, let's say Putnam Valley, right? One of your latest transactions earlier this year. If I'm somebody looking at a property in Putnam Valley, New York, and I'm filtering, similar beds, similar baths, similar price points, realtor.com will actually recommend you as an agent for me because I'm looking for a property that matches something to what you sold recently. But when you don't have Putnam Valley listed under your area served, you might not show up for me at all. So a good exercise to go in there is just max it out with as many as you can or want to or feel comfortable with. But the limit is 35. So you can have a ton of service areas on there. And, you can go on ChatGPT and put, top service areas near me or top service areas surrounding Carmel, New York or Montgomery, New York, and just fill that in as much as you can. Awesome. Let's go back here. Let's go to Zillow. So different headshot on Zillow. It is showing the 17 transactions in the last 12 months. So Jane's staying busy. Love it. The bio looks a little bit different on here as well. So like I mentioned, we want to see consistent bios. Here we have a link to her website, which is perfect. We've got a link to her Facebook. And look, on Facebook, guys, this is the branding that we created for her. We're big fans of the branding that I mentioned, making sure that you have a banner that has your brokerage information, something like this, your name, your title, your phone number. And guys, now you have Canva. Canva is a great resource where you can go in and create yourself your own banners. If you're good with Canva, super easy to do. If you're not so good, then you can use us to create it for you with our digital optimization. But once you create yourself the banner, make sure to go in and brand yourself consistently on all of the platforms that allow you to have a banner, which is going to be YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and then that Google Business cover photo, making sure that they're all branded the same way. Here we've got her LinkedIn profile. Awesome. Yep. We've got her branding on there as well. Same headshot as Zillow. We've got her contact info with the website. Everything looks good. But her last post on here was about a month ago. So that's when having, a daily social media posting service or yourself, posting daily does help keep all of your profiles active. I know a lot of agents are kind of weary when it comes to automatic social media content, but the purpose behind that isn't so much as to drive a ton of followers. It's to prevent your profiles from going flat, from going stagnant. And then Jane, on Zillow, we would recommend next to Facebook and LinkedIn, go in here and add your Instagram link, your YouTube link, any other social media accounts that you use. You want to have them linked everywhere, like I mentioned at the beginning. And then at the very bottom of Zillow, check this out. Her service areas here look way better than realtor.com. So for Jane, for you, very easy. You can just copy and paste these over to realtor.com. So that way they're matching. And I've got a quick question on the chat. Does the banner on Facebook and IG share the banner? No. So Instagram does not allow you to have a banner. So those would not be shared. However, when you post something on Facebook or when you post something on Instagram, that will be shared to Facebook if you have them connected. Now let's go back for a second to Facebook. Something that I wanted to touch on was right here, the left-hand side, the intro. So again, this is where you can have consistent bios plus all of your social media links. Your social media link stack is what it's called. So right here where she's got her phone number, she's got her email address, she's got a link to her website. Right below that, I should see this right here. I should see links to Instagram, to YouTube, and to LinkedIn. And then on the right-hand side, you can see that she's got daily posts going out as well. But these are posts from our team. So let's go back. Next, LinkedIn, we already checked. That one was good. Instagram, another good one. She's got reels being posted. Same headshot. She's got her website link in her bio, and her profile looks clean. You know, can we be doing a better job of posting some more personal content? Absolutely. But at least she has content on there and her profile isn't just completely blank, which is what we see a lot of the times. And let's go to her YouTube channel. Now, Jane, for some reason, the branding is missing on this profile account, unless there's another separate, you know, real estate YouTube channel that's branded. It's not the one
No,
that's
there isn't.
Oh, okay. So you can take that banner that we created for you when we optimized you, the one that you have on Facebook and on LinkedIn, you can add it to YouTube. And that way, you know, when someone clicks onto your YouTube channel, it's going to be branded just like this.
Mhm.
And then when somebody goes to click on more, what you guys want to have filled in there is, and I'm going to just sound like a broken record here, but consistent bios and then all of your links on there. I mean, all of this stuff seems redundant, but it all makes a big difference, especially with ChatGPT and Perplexity, the AI search engines. Like this is where they pull all their data from. Awesome. So let's go back. I think that just about does it for Jane. All of her profiles were showing up on page 1 of Google. So thank you, Jane, for being on the hot seat. You know, you got most of your profiles that are pretty locked in, pretty dialed in. Just got to go in and make some, you know, couple tweaks and adjustments to make sure that they're all, you know, working and firing on all cylinders. So thanks for
Thank you.
in the hot seat, and just want to ask you, what's your biggest takeaway? Or, you know, feel free for everybody that's on the call to share their biggest takeaway from seeing Jane go through the hot seat.
For me, it was transparency across the board. That's something that I need to work on.
Yes, absolutely. Anybody else? Any takeaways? Anything that you're going to plan on working on after seeing her audit?
Hi, I'm actually driving, but I'm listening. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm Phyllis Taylor. I'm sorry that I'm driving and sort of unprofessional, but I didn't want to miss this. But tell me, I missed the part where how I hire you to help me do that. I mean, or is that something that you offer? I missed that because I had a hard time getting on the Zoom.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to show that information at the end of the call because I did want to make this more informational, you know, not just one long sales pitch. I don't think anybody joined for that.
Okay, I thought I missed it. That's all.
No, don't worry about it. And I do have your phone number here so I can follow up with
Okay,
you
just
later so
call
that we
me.
can
That'll
set
be
up a
great
call.
in case I lose you in this traffic, okay?
I got you.
Thank you. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Okay.
Awesome. So for everybody that texted in HGAR earlier to the number that I sent, you're going to see that one of the links that I sent out was the calendar to schedule your audit. If you click on that calendar, that's going to go to my calendar. So you can book a one-on-one call to go through that same audit that I did with Jane. We can do that one-on-one since I could only do one person live on the call. But if you didn't get that link, you can scan this QR code, same thing. That's going to take you to my calendar. You can pick a day and time that works the best for you. and we can get on a Zoom call and I can give you all of the feedback regarding your entire digital footprint. So I'll just leave this up for 1 more minute. And these are the 8 profiles that we're going to go through during the audit. It's going to be your Google business page, Facebook business, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and then your Zillow, Realtor, and Homes.com profiles. And what I'll do is I'm going to put the number in the chat. Text HGAR to 516-400-4161. So for anybody that missed the phone number at the beginning of the presentation, if you joined a little bit later, I just put the information here in the chat. If you just text HGAR to that phone number, you're going to get an automatic reply for you to add yourself to our community first, and then you're going to receive all of the free gifts plus the link to schedule your one-on-one call. Awesome. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. I took a little bit more time than I wanted to on that audit, but it's always, it's where people get the most value out of this entire training. And now I want to take this conversation to, a lot of you guys are consuming content versus creating content. And I think the stats, are pretty overwhelming. Most people are consumers. You're going on there, you're scrolling for hours and hours at a time versus creating. Only 5% are creating versus 95% are consuming content. So 3%, 1 to 3% post on YouTube, 1% post on LinkedIn. It blows my mind how many people overlook LinkedIn. There's a lot of business being done on LinkedIn. 1% post on Instagram, believe it or not. I know but that's daily, by the way. Posting daily, 1%. And then these are the tools that you need to use to create. I mean, ChatGPT and Canva are a match made in heaven. Now we have all of these different platforms that you can have right there at the palm of your phone, instant access to them. So you want to make sure that you're checking how often you're posting and where you're posting. And that's pretty much where we put together this influencer system where you can manage everything from one place, right? I want to give you guys a quick example and show you how that would work for you should you choose to hire us to access this type of information. So this is called our Real Greater Social Cloud, right? This is where you can go in and link all of your accounts, as many as you want from each one of these platforms. Once you go in and you connect all of your accounts, number one, we're giving you content every single day, every month, as long as you're subscribed. So every single day, you can see the post that is scheduled to go out. You can preview that post. If you read a post and you think it's too wordy and you want to make your own changes to it, you can click edit the post and you can make any changes that you want to it. You can skip posts if you don't like a post. We also post 1 video per week on Wednesday. So you'll get 1 video included that will get posted to your YouTube channel as one of those YouTube shorts. But let's say you guys have an open house or a new listing that you want to promote on all of your platforms. Instead of having to log into, 5 or 6 different platforms and posting one at a time, you can go on here and you click create content. You go to where it says create a post. And from this drop-down menu of accounts, you get to select all of the different accounts that you want this new post to go out to. So it helps save you a lot of time. From this point on, you get to upload all of your images, your videos. If some of you are Canva savvy, you know how to use Canva. We have a Canva integration that you can create using Canva directly from inside of the dashboard. And then when it comes to the caption, we have a caption AI tool, which, you give it a quick prompt, you select what type of tone you want it to use, you enable the emojis and the hashtags, you click generate, and it gives you a caption that you can use for your post. Once you've got your post ready to go, it's as easy as scrolling all the way to the bottom and clicking save and post now. And that post that you just created yourself from inside of this dashboard will go out to all of the accounts that you selected at the beginning. You can also use this to save and schedule posts for later. So a lot of our clients will use this to schedule birthday posts, holiday posts. When they're expecting to host an open house, they'll schedule it ahead of time so they don't have to worry about it. So it's a great way to be, very efficient with your time. And then lastly, what we're also doing is ongoing trainings and education, how to get Google reviews, how to create listing presentations on Canva, All of the trainings are recorded and stored inside of our dashboard. And Alex, the CEO and owner of the company, he goes live every Friday with the influencer clients and does a different training every week. If you're not able to join live, you can watch them on demand here. And that's pretty much something that, you will get access through our company for a discounted rate because of our partnership with HCAR. And that's the influencer program. It's social media management, reputation management, live training and resources, everything that I just showed you with the dashboard, you can get access to on demand the moment that you sign up. And it's great. I mean, it helps a lot of agents be consistent. When they don't have time to post, they can just use our post, rely on that. But if you do have time to go in and create your own post, even better. We just want to make sure that you have everything, available to manage it in one place so that it doesn't become so overwhelming. It makes it a lot easier. And like I mentioned, we do have trainings and resources every single day of the week. You can join a live Zoom to get support, to learn something new, how to use your Instacart to get reviews. And then on Fridays is that expert training with Alex that I was mentioning, every Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. This is one of our clients. I mean, she got one deal from Google that got her 8,000 in commission. She's gotten 6 deals total. Just wanted to throw that in there. And then the second one, like I mentioned, is, getting Google reviews by using your digital business card. You can connect your Google business page to that digital business card, and you can share that to your entire email database, your entire CRM of clients, and say, hey, I'm doing a Google review challenge this month. It would mean a lot for me if you clicked on my Google link and left me a 5-star review. You'd be surprised how many reviews you can get just from doing that, 10 or 15 minutes a day. And that Instacart, it's also a custom desktop website in a way. So some of you guys that don't have websites, this can be like a mock website, because when somebody pulls it up on a computer, it looks like a fully functioning website. It's got all of your information on there. And then we do have a pro upgrade available that gives you access to some additional features, but the free version that you all have access to works just as fine. The pro version is just for those that, want to take it, one step further with more customization, video enabled backgrounds, adding more links. You just get some more features out of it. And then over here, it's how to save time. If you guys want help, that's what we're here to do, is giving you everything in one place, our ultimate influencer platform. Some more testimonials right here. I don't want to bore you guys with all this stuff. I don't want to do any of the showing off. A lot of you guys have worked with us already, so you know the results. And then, yeah, I mean, this is just a breakdown of everything that's included with the influencer program, which, just gives you everything that you need to really grasp all of these social media platforms and learn how to use them. Make sure that they're all getting posted to on a daily basis to prevent, Jane, to use her as an example, all of her profiles look great, but she didn't have a Google update on her Google business page for more than a year. Her last post, I believe, was May 2024. So when you have something like this in place, you don't have to worry about that, because we're going to be posting for you every single day. Now, normally it's $197 per month. For HGAR, for HGAR, it's $97 per month, and there is no contract. So you guys do get a discounted rate available. Liz, I saw you cringe when I said HGAR. Sorry about that. It's old habits.
I
But
get
yeah,
corrected quite a bit on it. So it was
yes.
automatic.
I get people say, sometimes I get on a call and they call it Hagar. Like, I've heard so many different
Oh,
names.
that's even worse. You lose your membership card for that.
Yes. So look, for anybody that's interested in, saving time when it comes to social media, posting, to learning, getting more Google reviews, this is the special that we have, for today for all of the members. It's $97 per month, and that is month to month. There is no contract. And this also includes the pro version of the digital business card, the Instacard, free of charge. So if you're interested in that offer, just text 97 HGAR to the same phone number that you use for the free gifts. And that's going to send you an automatic link that you can use to get registered. And once you click on the link, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to show you that you'll be charged $97 today, and you can cancel anytime. Now, most people, if they cancel after 1 month, it's simply because they just wanted to get the pro version of the Instacart for free for life. Or they just, don't really want to be taking advantage of their social media, which it's fine, to each their own. We're not here to frown on anybody, but we do think that this is a great way to save time and to say goodbye to your fears and frustration. I wanted to pull up some quick FAQs. And again, anybody that's interested, just text 97 HGAR to that same phone number. Or you can schedule a call with me if you want to get additional information. I'm more than happy to get on a call with each and every one of you, go through the audit, and see if it's a good fit for you in the first place. We don't want you to sign up for anything that you don't think you're going to get some form of return on. So some of these FAQs include: what platforms do you post on, and what accounts should I connect? Those accounts are going to be your Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram posts, Instagram Reels, and Instagram Shorts. Those are the content that we're going to be providing to those accounts. So Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube, those 5. What if I want to post your own content? We encourage you, like I mentioned, we want you to be posting your own content. We don't want you to rely on the automatic content that we provide, because that content, let's just be transparent, it's generic. That content isn't going to be what skyrockets your followers, what drives engagement to your accounts. But what it will do is make sure that it doesn't go a year or more without you posting anything on those accounts, which is what we don't want to happen. Do you need to post as well? You don't need to post, but like I mentioned, we encourage it. We definitely want you to, and we will show you how to do that. Can you customize the provided content? I showed you that you can, absolutely. You can make any changes to the wording. You can add or remove pictures. You can add your logos to it, anything that you want. And right here at the bottom, can you add your branding to each post, such as your logo / headshot? And yeah, you can upload your logo and headshot once, and it'll show on all of the posts by default moving forward. So let me see here. I think I got a question from somebody. Does the offer have a deadline of today? No. So the good news is that since we are partners with HGAR, that is your member discount pretty much until further notice. I'm not here to tell you that you need to make a decision before the end of the day. I understand that a lot of you want to do your own research. You want to, let it digest, kind of see if it's a good fit. So don't worry about it. There is no rush. This offer is good until, further notice. Now, when it comes to organizing your digital chaos, right? When I did that hot seat and I used Jane as an example, and I kept mentioning that, she's a client and we did all this for her. I was using Anna, showing the branding. If you need to save even more time, I think Phyllis, this is probably the one that you were kind of looking for more information with. This is called our digital optimization. And this is definitely for people that are more busy. It's a little bit more of a financial commitment. I'm not going to shy away from that. But if you want all 8 of your profiles done professionally by our team, we have this service called the digital optimization, where we go into all 8 of your platforms. Any platforms that you're missing, we can set up for you. The profiles that you already have set up, we'll make sure that they're all set up correctly, that they're optimized, and that they're branded consistently. And if you have any duplicate accounts, the optimization will also take care of us going in and deleting any unwanted or duplicate accounts, right? Some of you guys maybe have lost access to some of your accounts. You don't have the emails, the passwords. We assist with account recovery as well. So this is the digital optimization, where we truly go in and do all the heavy lifting for you across the entire, 8 platforms that show up on the first page of Google. And we're going to do the consistent branding. We're going to set up all of the profiles, make sure that everything is consistent across the board, from the bios to phone numbers to website links, social media links, everything across the board will be taken care of with this digital optimization. So if you're interested in this service, just, the same thing, text 1497 HGAR, because this service is a one-time charge. We only bill you for this one time. We get you on a 75-minute call where we get all of the information that we need from you. And then everything gets done by our team in around 2 to 4 weeks. So if you're interested in this service, the digital optimization, text in 1497 HGAR to the same phone number. And same thing, if you want to go through the audit first and you want to meet with me personally, schedule a call. We'll meet for 30 minutes on Zoom. I can Google you. I can show you what our team would be able to fix for you. Look, if I Google you and you look amazing, we're going to tell you, you look amazing. You don't need this. We're transparent that way. Yes, we are a company. We want to make money just like all of us do. But if you are not a good fit for this service, we will tell you. And honestly, we look forward to that. We want to Google you and make sure that you're already populating everywhere and we can't do much for you. We look forward to those calls, but most times that's not the case. So for anybody that has questions, just let me know in the chat. I think we've got a couple of more minutes here for some Q&A. But aside from that, Liz, if there's anything that you want to add, any questions?
I had a quick question. I just wondered, everybody spends a different amount of time on social media each week, and it just depends on how active you are. I mean, how much time should you be spending on this? Should you be posting daily? Should you be posting 6 times a day? Like, what do people expect?
Look, that's a great question. I think everybody should be posting daily. That's like a no-brainer because like I mentioned, that prevents your algorithms from going flat and from just stagnating and declining. Honestly, it hurts your visibility. And posting multiple times a day isn't going to hurt you. However, it's not required.
Okay.
Like, yes, if you are, extremely heavy on social media and you have the content, you're posting, personalized stuff, sure, go for it. Go guns ho. Like post multiple times a day. That's going to be amazing for you. It's going to really connect you with your audience. But for most people, that's just simply not the case, right? They don't have enough time. They don't have enough content to post. So that's when, that influencer service truly comes in handy because on days where they have nothing to post, they don't have enough time. It's like, okay, well, peace of mind. At least I have Real Grader posting something for me.
Yeah. And if anything, it's great just to have someone to connect to talk to run something by or get your support on or get your perspective. Is this worth posting? Should I mention this? And also to identify trends, when there's some new
Absolutely.
thing happening, like should we jump on this train, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And can you also give your perspective about where do we stand with hashtags and tagging? Is it still important to you to tag and to use hashtags, or we've moved away from that?
Yeah, look, hashtags are here to stay. I think,
Okay.
a lot of people are still using them to just, filter by neighborhoods, filter certain, trending topics, right? A lot of people are still using them. Viral clips are still using hashtags in their content. So yeah, and AI is a great way to go in and identify trending hashtags. You can just type in, trending hashtags regarding a specific topic, and you can copy and paste those onto your post. Just a quick tip there.
Yeah. And
Um,
I also just wanted to give another quick tip that HGAR, we try to post daily. Sometimes we post more than once a day, and you can always go in and share HGAR's content. And that's, a great way to fill your pages too, especially when we share things like market stats or, industry updates. So it's a great way to sort of fill your page by sharing what HGAR posts also.
Absolutely, guys, take advantage of that because not a lot of associations are doing that for their agents.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that you're taking advantage of that. If you don't have time to post, you have a resource right here giving you content that you can use on your profiles.
Yeah.
Dean, I already used my Instacard. Will my account carry over? Yes, absolutely. If you already have an existing Instacard, you will get an additional year if you do the influencer. So you'll just get it for longer. Kim, I saw Kim turn on her camera, I think. Do you have a question? No? Awesome. Phyllis, I think she had a question. She was raising her hand. Yes.
Yep. You can unmute, Phyllis. You're still on mute.
I'm
There.
driving. I was saying
Okay.
I can't unmute while I was driving. Anyway, I'm
Be careful.
here. Okay, great. I wanted to ask you. I have a couple of sites, and I'm working in New York and in New Jersey, and in addition to that, I'm also a real estate coach. And I've been doing that for about 10 years. So and it's very intertwined with my real estate business. So
Yeah.
would this be something that I could work all of that, because I want my content to really reflect on what I'm doing with my coaching practices as
Yeah,
well?
absolutely, Phyllis. So yeah, we do work with a lot of Tom Ferry coaches and we help
Okay.
brand them as coaches. And then we also
Okay.
have a lot of clients, for example, with EXP that are licensed in more than one state, and we can still go in and optimize other profiles to reflect the different states that they're working in, that they're licensed in, and kind of showing the different hats that you wear in your real estate business. That wouldn't be an issue.
Oh, now is that a different $14.97 or the same $14.97?
Same $14.97 will take care of that as well.
Boom. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I have one last question that I just was curious about when we were talking earlier about Google reviews. Is there language to ask? I mean, I'm sure you could throw it in ChatGPT and say like, hey, how do I ask my client for a review? But is there a language, or like, how do you suggest approaching people to give you, to help you with that and to build up the reviews?
Yeah, so I think the best time to ask for a review is when you're at the closing table. Like you're right there, you're face to face, you're just
You
helping.
made it.
Yeah, exactly. You have to hopefully haven't had to jump through so many, hoops and hurdles, but for the most part, that's usually the best time to ask. And that's probably the best time to ask for multiple reviews, right? So if you want to ask for a Google review and say, hey, look, well, now that you left that Google review, here's my Zillow link. If you can just leave it on both, right away, that's the best time.
Does it matter if the review is the same? Can they copy and paste one review to the next?
It does not matter. No. And that's usually what we recommend them to do just for the sake of time.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, if you have a personal relationship with them, you can say, hey, just go on ChatGPT and, throw in a quick prompt on there to leave me a review and leave different reviews on different sites. That's not going to hurt either.
Right. All right. All right. Well, I think we ate up all of our time.
Yeah, so for everybody, I just want to make sure, look, if you're not gonna do the 14.97 or the 97, at least text HGAR so that you all get the free gifts. You get the free digital business card. You get the link to schedule your free audit with me. There's still a ton of value to be there, and you can meet with me personally, get your questions answered. And if you want to work with us, amazing. If you want to try tackling this on your own, even better. You can still use us as a resource for support.
Right. Well, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for attending. And we will see you next month. Our next session is November 18th.
Yes, looking forward to it. Thank you so much, Liz. And thank you, everybody, for
Thanks,
joining.
everybody.
Great class, Jose. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. Bye, everyone. Take care.